President Sahle-Work meets Ethiopian diaspora in Switzerland. And Sudan's war reached its 12th month with no end in sight. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I am Magdala Siyum with the daily updates. And now moving on. President Sahle-Work Zewde met with the members of Ethiopian diaspora community in Switzerland. The meeting between the president and the diaspora community was held on the sideline of the Third International Cooperation Forum, IC Forum, which is taking place in Basel, Switzerland since Friday. President Sahle-Work asked the diaspora to strengthen their link with the homeland and enhance their participations in the overall activities in the country. President Sahle-Work said the need to nurture cultural dialogue, calling all the contributors of their parts in the effort to maintain peace. Participants, for their part, urged the government to reinforce, put more emphasis on the ongoing efforts to ensure lasting peace in the country. The president, alongside presidents of the Swiss Confederation Viola Amherd, opened the Third International Cooperation Forum, IC Forum, on Thursday, 11 April, in Basel, Switzerland. Ethiopia has registered grand diplomatic achievement over the last 6 years. Foreign Minister Taye Haskasselase said today in his opening remarks to the panel discussion organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the accomplishment gained during the reform years. Foreign Minister Taye said Ethiopia has prevailed despite challenge. According to him, Ethiopia still remains the regional power pool. Through its effort to ensure peace and security in the neighboring countries, Ethiopia has played unparalleled role in maintaining stability in the Horn of African region, the minister noted. Joining BRICS were a remarkable achievements that will have paramount effect in uplifting the country's diplomatic gain, the minister stated. Furthermore, Foreign Minister Taye pointed out the Green Legacy Initiative, spearheaded by the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, was among the very commendable achievements in terms of climate change mitigation. Had the over 32 billion planted trees through the initiative been monetized, it would have been billions of USD worth investment on environmental protections, he emphasized. Ethiopia has been carrying out activities to help startups enter the market exponentially by creating a conducive ecosystem. According to the Ministry of Innovation and Technology, a 3-week startup exhibition opened at the Science Museum in Addis Ababa on Monday with the goal of fostering business linkage between investors and startups and identifying ways of providing support. Startups engaged in various fields including information technology, agriculture, health, education, industry and finance are participating in the exhibition. Innovation and Technology State Minister Bayisa Badada told the Ethiopian news agency that the government has been carrying out activities with the various to helping startups in the country enter rapidly the market by creating conducive ecosystem. In order to accelerate the digital ecosystem, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics have received a lot of emphasis in the country's education policy.
Sidoma Bato. here in Jigjiga, the Somali state of Ethiopia. So whenever you come to like Jigjiga, the Somali state of Ethiopia,
ተመስገን ነው ሀሹ ሳሮላቴክስ ስለ ቋንቋና ባህላችን ሲምፖዚየም
Killa named after the fortified
They're like 30, 60 or even 70 meters up the cliff, and at an era where there were no dynamic ropes.
They were building this, and then when it collapsed, they saw it as an omen, and they stopped building and converted to Christianity. Welcome back. And now moving on to another news. The European Union expressed commitment to further strengthen ties with Ethiopia in peace and social sector. European Ambassador to Ethiopia, Roland Kobia, underscored that the European Union is the second largest partner to Ethiopia. Goshu Maliso reports.
The European Union supports Ethiopia's various development initiatives, peace and security efforts. The Union briefed journalists on its relationship with Ethiopia and Africa in Addis Ababa today. The European Union ambassador to Ethiopia, Roland Kobia, said the European Union is desirous to enhance its relationship with Ethiopia in peace and social sectors.
I think it's very important, and this is one of the focus of our work here in Ethiopia, is social sectors. Bring back the children to school, build school, renovate schools, give equipment, give books, and so on. So we have a lot of programs with our implementing partners, UNICEF and others, NGOs, to try to help reconstruct the schools that were destroyed by the war. Second aspect of the social sectors, health. People have suffered immensely in this country over the last 3 or 4 years. So we work also in the health sector a lot, trying to, rehabilitate. These are the three, I would say, really potential sectors. There are others, but I would say as a main silver lining, this is what I would.
He further highlighted that the European Union is the second largest partner to Ethiopia.
The EU is the second largest trading partner of Ethiopia. And not last year, for many years. Second. The EU is the second largest partner, the second exporter, the second destination for exports, the second importer, the second foreign direct investments, or even the first sometimes, depends on the year. So as Javier was saying, we invest in Ethiopia, not in the last years. We have invested for decades because we do believe in Ethiopia and we do believe in Africa.
Ambassador of the European Union to the African Union, Jaber Nino, added that the EU is committed to Africa having a permanent seat on the Security Council.
We understand, for instance, that a partnership of equals, we need to fight with you to ensure more representation of Africa internationally. We're extremely happy that now African Union is part of the G20. We, the European Union, were the strong supporters of that process. We are trying to change the Security Council composition, but there's one member of the 5 permanent members of the permanent Council of the UN that doesn't want to do so. It's not the European member we have. But we understand that it's extremely unfair that Africa, the largest continent in the world, with the most countries in the world, doesn't have a permanent seat in the Security Council. And we are candidly and collectively addressing with you how to change that situation.
Furthermore, the European Union is strongly promoting African integration, it was learned.
The war in Sudan that began a year ago between the country's military, chaired by General Abdul Fattah Burhan, and the notorious Rapid Support Force, commanded by General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, will mark 1 year on Monday. The war in the African country has killed thousands and forced 8 million people to flee their homes to safer areas inside Sudan or to neighboring countries, according to the United Nations figure. But the precarious condition and the lack of aid is pushing Sudan to the edge of famine. The food security situation has become the biggest concern for humanitarian agencies working in Sudan, according to Justin Brady, the head of OCHA office in the country. In an interview with the African News, he said this year's harvest season was at least 4% less than that of last year, adding that last month they received 2 credible warning of famine in the country. That's all we had for today's update. Before I go, recap of the top stories once again. President Sahle meets Ethiopian diaspora in Switzerland.